Hi, I'm Ines Simpson, and I'm the creator of the Simpson Protocol, which we're bringing to Belgium, which really excites me because I was born there. I was born in Ghent, and I only speak plat Vlaams. So let's see if you can understand me here. Het is blij van te komen en kan spreken in mijn plat Vlaams en je ziet wat ik verstaan. Ik ben Ines en ik heb geleden naar Canada gekomen om 6 jaar te worden. Okay, we'll see if you can understand any of that. And I just said that I came to Canada when I was 6 years old, so I'm definitely what you call Canadian, because I'm now in my 60s, so I spent most of my life here. I've only been back to Belgium once, and that was way back in 1975, so you can see how exciting this is for me to come. So to do it at home is sort of still think of it as home, even though I'm totally Canadian, as you can tell by my accent. So we're teaching Rob de Groof and I. He'll be translating for me because I'm sure we'll need translating, as my Vlaams would probably need translating too. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. The important things about Simpson Protocol are that it takes the judgment out of the hypnotist. The hypnotist doesn't have to make any judgments at all, because the sessions are run wholly by what we call the superconscious. The superconscious is just a code word. Everybody has different names for everything. But for me, what that means is it's that part of you that knows everything or can access everything. Some people would call it the God part. It doesn't matter what it is. It's that part that knows everything and can run everything. So that takes the judgment out. You don't even need to know what the issue is. If you see me in class, you'll see I'll be doing a session with someone, but I won't even know what the issue is, because it's totally private for the client. It has many benefits to that, actually. The client is not so reserved about not having to tell you all the things. And part of it too is, after years and years of doing hypnosis, how much do you want to know about all the terrible things that happen in people's lives? You don't actually have to know. The other part is that we work in what we call deeper states. We get to do Esdale, which is natural anesthesia and all that thing. But what the main part of that is just to get the client as deep as they can possibly go physically, because Esdale is the basement of physical relaxation. And from there, or close to, we can get them into higher levels where they have totally great bypass of the critical factor, and the superconscious does all the work. So that's simplified, and in the days that we're teaching, you'll learn how to do that, and you'll practice it with each other. We have a great system now, because at the beginning, every time we add stuff to it, we try to cram it into the weekend training, and it's not so easy. But now we have what we call a membership site, and there'll be advanced training on it. There'll be all kinds of stuff. Anything that you need to access, stuff that you didn't understand, or that you forgot, or anything, it'll all be available. And we also have a brand new manual, because I'm kind of showing it off here. We are going to have a Dutch one not too long from now, but this one's English, and the Dutch one will be available not too long from now. So in that manual now, it's very simple. There's a few sections to it. One is the whole thing laid out, and then the rest is explanation. There's a little bit of everything. I'm also pretty proud of it, because I think it's kind of pretty. Okay, so what's in it for you? There's a simplification of working. Once you grasp this, you can use it the very next day. Had many students, especially it's very big in Germany right now, that all those people are learning it, and they're all utilizing it and getting great outcomes. So it's a simplification of working, not having to know what the issue is if the client doesn't wish to tell you, and being able to do it and rely on the superconscious to tell you what to do instead of you having to figure out what to do. So anything becomes easier and faster. Now the manual, the beginning of the manual, it has the script laid out. Now, one of my friends calls it a Simpson Protocol for dummies, like, computer for dummies or whatever. It's laid out very simply and easily for you to follow. But you'll notice when I'm working in the class, I may rarely follow that script because I'm so used to using it, and I move all over the place if I have to, especially if I get a client that may be a little more difficult than others or for whatever reason. But you can start right with the script, and as you get comfortable with it, you're just going to move around the same as I do in the end. So what else? Besides that, is that bonus is that not only simplification, but faster. It's interesting to me that the deeper the client goes, which means I think the higher they go to, is that the faster the session goes. So it can be very interesting. Now the flexibility of the SP is great because it doesn't matter if you're a clinical hypnotist and you want to work with all kinds of pre and post surgical, or even anything dental work, anything. This works for anything from very clinical to very metaphysical, because it's working with the mind, and the superconscious mind's running everything, so it doesn't matter what it works with. It'll work with 99 or 90% of your clients for sure. If you cannot get them deep enough into a deep state of somnambulism, then you're probably good doing some of the other work that you normally do. But if you can get them deep enough, this is the way to go, and I'll show you how to get them deep enough, so that's the best part of it all. Now the other thing is, by the end of the class, all the participants will have their keywords to go to all these deep states. It's very rare that someone doesn't want to go into deep states, and usually that person we work with and we show them how to get to deep states. So you don't have to be very, very concerned about not having worked with deep states before or anything. As long as you know hypnosis, you'll be able to do this easily. Now, the students that have taken SP in the past, they've used it for all kinds of versatile things like hypnosex or doing surrogate work with children or even animals. I'm trying to think of everything that everybody does. It's just everything. Childbirth, we're into that. Doing spiritual work. It's just anything and everything can be used by it. All you do is just slightly move it around a little bit, and it just does whatever you want. Now, in recap, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to be getting the new manual, the new website is going, that's all new in maybe the first class is going to get it is in April, so you're going to not very far behind. Now, the other thing I wanted to tell you is I'm hoping some of you speak English, but if you don't, it won't matter. Once I get you into a deep state of somnambulism, it doesn't matter what language I speak. Sometimes it gets so interesting that sometimes it's so fast with certain people that I won't even be able to get questions out. They'll already be answered. And every now and then, you'll get some that just it's as if they're reading your mind. I know that seems a little pushing it, but you'll see that it doesn't really matter. I could talk Polish to you if I could speak it. It wouldn't matter, because the subconscious and the superconscious especially knows everything, so it understands anything and everything. So looking forward to seeing you all. If you have any questions, send them to the thing below, and the information's there, and I'll answer everything. When I get in front of the camera, I just sort of go blank, and I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about mostly. I need that interaction, so ask me what you need to know.